scientifically, dig deep into what we call anthropology, archaeology, cultural expressions, and come up with scientific explanation of things that we never even understand. This man, Cheikh Anta Diop, is an African from Senegal. And when we say African from Senegal now, he has become one of the most prolific and authentic anthropologists in the world. So his findings is based upon, just like when the Europeans say scientific, rational, scientific behavior. This man, Cheikh Anta Diop, has been able to prove scientifically a lot of things that white people used to claim for themselves. Cheikh Anta Diop. This book, I would recommend this book to anyone, Civilization or Barbarianism by Cheikh Anta Diop. Now, here why we mention him. We grew up in a world where Egypt, at least when I was a youth, I never know say Egypt in Africa. And I know say a whole heap of man out there still can conceive that Egypt was the basis and the founding of a lot of these Western ideas surrounding like mathematics and just even culture upon a level. This man, Cheikh Anta Diop, has proven that the ancient Egyptians, right up to the pharaohs, were black people and having, wait for it, locks. And them use science to test the texture of them hair. It's not like when you look on the 10 Commandments with a man in Yulbrina and you see Pharaoh bald. And you see all of the Egyptians them white except the slave them who was looking like fanning Pharaoh and his people was black. Egypt, as them call it, Kemet as we know it, was civilization in the beginning. And we know say all of that came out of Ethiopia. Even the gods that the Greek worship, they mention the Ethiopians' God. We lose it. And it is very important that we find it back. And the only way we're going to find it back is if young people especially start to take interest in books like these and authors, writers, scientists like these who's African, who's trying to reverse the lies that was told to us. And I would recommend it. Him have other books, many other books. And if you go on your iPhone and look for the name Cheikh Anta Diop, you'll find so much information and so much other books. But the reason why I introduced you to this book, that I think this book is one of the greatest anthropological study of any African anthropologist. And I want to recommend it to the ones who have viewed this clip. Very important. Very important. Cheikh Anta Diop, Senegalese. You had the era of great scientists coming from Africa, yet still you have them. And this man is one of them. This man is one of them who prove without a shadow of doubt that Africans in Egypt, not the ones them who colonize Africa now, these people are Arabs. And we know that the Arabs enslaved African people longer than any Europeans. Over 1,000 years, them enslaved. And them use them religion to spread right across Northern Africa. that people who is African change them African name to Arab name. It's amazing. This man going to the temples in Kemet, in the tombs, and use scientific analysis to determine and decide historically and scientifically that the people who inhabited Egypt were like me and you. You couldn't tell the difference if you take us and put us in history there. So you know, so we're not Egyptians. Nowadays you can't do that. You can't take we and put we in Egypt and say, yeah, you're Egyptian. No, they will say, no, you're not Egyptian. You don't look like the Arab them. Because we really believe, say, that land belonged to Arabia. Or them colonize it, you'll never know. You'd never know. So, these little clips is just for sure you say, there's so much things to understand and know. I mean, I could have mentioned others too. I could have mentioned others who done works like these. Maybe in the next clip we mention others too. But right now we talk about Cheikh Anta Diop, one of the greatest anthropologists who ever lived, who unearthed things that white people used to claim for themselves. And we come realize now, says lie them to that tell. Like most things. Like most things. So just recognize that. Civilization or barbarianism, an authentic anthropological study of African people. We were civilized, but them put we as barbarians. Civilization or barbarianism.